Leadership isn't always hard. Sometimes it seems to go pretty well. But when it does get hard, it can be damned hard.
Hello, I'm Kevin Birchelman, and welcome to The Brazen Leader. Brazen leadership is about leading boldly and without shame. It's about leading from the front, outwardly and decisively. Every week, we'll get in the trenches here about real leadership. So watch, enjoy, and be brazen.
When leadership is damned hard, or how to make a difference when nobody's really paying attention to you anyway. As Forrest Gump so adroitly quoted his mother, "Stupid is as stupid does." And I certainly don't mean to call anyone listening to this stupid per se, but leading in the challenging times like we're in right now isn't hugely different from day-to-day leadership. But it's not necessarily the same either. Some priorities shift. We know for certain that burying our head in the sand and pretending that nothing is going on is positively insane. It's like your 2-year-old child closing his or her eyes and saying, "You can't see me." Though many leadership skills are timeless and probably should be exhibited anyway, there are always times when certain skills have more value than others. Leadership is, after all, situational. If you find yourself between two slugs arguing, for instance, it's probably not the time to haul out your skills at articulating your leadership vision. It's a necessary skill to be sure, but at that moment, conflict resolution, knowledge of how to resolve conflict would be really helpful, don't you think? So it's situational, see? There are 5 keys to leading effectively during challenging times. They aren't necessarily difficult, but to ignore them will certainly make your life more difficult. So here goes. Number 1, see and be seen. Visibility is a big deal. Now is not the time to hide away in your office, pining away, or lamenting for better times. Get out, be seen, be available, and most importantly, be heard. High visibility coupled with credibility, your credibility, is a near guarantee of success in uncertain times. People need to see you and see you frequently. Hopefully face-to-face if your environment allows. Otherwise, lots of phone calls, Zooms, videos, etc., text. Better than nothing, never as good as face-to-face. Number 2, want cheese with that wine? No open complaining, commiserating, or whining. Not now, assuming it was ever okay, which of course it wasn't, but especially not now. Your folks don't need to know that you're as out of control or feel sometimes as out of control as they are. It doesn't help them or you to believe that things are hurtling out of everyone's control. I can't promise that being positive will always result in their positivity, but I can darn sure promise that any negativity on your part will spread like wildfire. Number 3, remember, you were young once. For some of us, it was a long time ago, but we were. Put yourself in employee shoes. This is uncomfortable. Lots of unknowns, and there are just so many of them. Lots of things are changing around them, and they're neither fully aware of the rationale all the time, nor in control of most of these things that are changing. They need you to chart a course, plan, devise a strategy, set courses, directions, goals, objectives. They need you for all of that. And they need you to make sure that they're all aware of them and why they exist. This is a big deal. Crafting and disseminating plans in the face of adversity can be a powerful call to action. It gives employees a focus, a guide to action instead of incessant hand-wringing and worry. Further provides an outlet, a vent, if you will, for that nervous energy that seems to engulf many people when things around them are changing faster than their comfort allows. Makes sense. Number 4, ask and you shall receive. Now's the time to ask others for input, for their comments, for feedback, and do it from all and do so frequently. Help people understand as best as you can, explaining why things are happening when you know, and why we're taking a specific action. Though in the end, they've got to do what's necessary to help your organization and themselves weather a storm. Don't allow so much discourse we forget why we're here. Empathy is important, but grace and accountability can coexist. Number 5, biggie, execute. No, I don't mean public hangings and firing squads, as tempting as those may be. I mean taking decisive action, a key component in motivation and employee trust. in helping employees see that all is not lost, that forward progress isn't stalled, and that someone is in charge is the act of action. Think, decide, act. It's a cornerstone of exemplary leadership. It's a management skill that serves all of us very well. When people don't feel in control, remember that your locus of control is infinitely larger than many of them that you lead. And also remember that if something's going to go negative, you aren't still considering it or thinking about it, you have decided not to do that for now. That's a decision, and we should share that as well. Demonstrable actions are the key to success during challenging times. People will look to you for behaviors, thought processes, attitudes, positivity, and most importantly, direction and active leadership. You'll eventually be judged on what you did, and doing something will always trump not. So lead and do something. Do so leading demonstrably. Do something. Thanks. Hope you got something out of this. If you did, please drop below and like and subscribe. Be a big help to me. I really do appreciate it. Remember, grace and accountability can coexist. Be brazen.